Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Carriper, Sydney. Just want to show you what we've done. This 964 engine, we've done the actual cam cover. Sorry, the timing chain cover is all done back together here. Timing chain cover is all back together on this side here, so you can see. Torque figures, you can put them down to 10 to 12 Newton meters, and the actual cam cover is 10 to 12 Newton meters. Different books say the different stuff, but you can actually talk it up to 10, between 10 and 12. It's fine between the cam cover and the actual timing chain. So we've done this. We've done the actual put the clutch back in already. Clutch in, flywheels back in. We're going to put this back on now in the sensors. We waited for some seals from Porsche to come back, but took a long time for them to come back, and then didn't really work out. So we decided to put everything back together. So that's back together, everything back together on this side for the actual power steering pump. This is back together as well, and we're gonna put everything back together now because we can't wait around for the actual seals to come from Germany. There's no point. It's not really leaking that bad anyway, but the most important thing that's leaking really bad was the cam covers and the actual front timing chain. All right. So today we're doing the actual, before we put everything back together on the cam cover, because we waited for a long time, so we might as well decided to do it now, put everything back together now. So we actually take spark plug number 1 out, and from this side here, number 1, and then we actually put it in top to center. Top to center mark is right here, right there. And we actually, now we're going to check the valve clearance, and then after the valve clearance, we're going to actually put everything back together. All right, so basically maybe this afternoon engine should be pumped up and put in the car, which is one here, 964. So I'll show you. So the marks on the actual pulley, on the actual the marks on the actual housing is here for your timing, for your actual engine timing, ignition timing. See, there's one mark there as well, and one mark here as well. So they need to line up, but if you look closely, the mark is slightly off, timing slightly off. So we need to put this, the timing for the actual the base timing back to line up to the middle of this one, to make sure. I mean, it's all right to be like this, but you're better off putting the timing properly, which it says in the book here. The timing mark should be right in the middle, just like that. All right, and if you want to look at the cam cover, it says 9.7 Newton meters. I put them to 10 Newton meters. All right, if you want to go by the book, there's the book there. All right, so now we're going back to the actual, show you what I mean. So I'm checking the actual valve clearance. Valve clearance is the actual here. If you look here, this one here. Let me just get someone else to hold the camera. You can just hold the camera for a second. Just like that. Yep. So this is the valve clearance I'm doing. So now you got to move it around. See that? That silver bit there inside here, it's between the valve rocker arm and the valve, intake valve. So you got to make sure that you can do this. See? Go back. Down there. See what I mean? Like that. That's not tight. Not too tight, not too loose, but I can freely move this around. But at the same time, I can feel tension when I use that. If you see that, that's pretty good. And you do the same to the bottom one as well. It's really hard to see, but you can see it. You just gotta find. It's really hard to see, but there you go. See here? You got to move it around a few times to get the right angle, and then you know what I mean by that. See, that's good. That's really good. All right, so exhaust and intake adjustment on this side. Bank 1 is good. So we're going to repeat the same one. So we're going to turn the crankshaft. Turn the crankshaft to the next mark, and that's number 1, and then we're going to do number 6, and we're going to go through the actual 1, 6, 4, 3, 162435, which is the actual firing order, and do them in that order. If one is too tight, we have to adjust it. If it's not too tight, it's alright, and then we'll just leave it. All we have to do after all that, we're gonna torque up the nut on top, make sure that nut there is tight before we put the cover back on. Alright, and then we're gonna adjust the timing. Once we finish adjusting the timing, we're gonna put everything back together and double check it and go from there. Alright, if you want to see what's behind the 964 engine, I will show you behind here, just in case you want to know. It's a one fuel line that goes from here to the fuel regulator, which is here. That's your fuel regulator on the 964, right in the middle there, underneath the throttle body. It's really hard to get to. Everything is here. Top one here is for your sensor, for your engine sensor. This one here is your speed signal. The black one is your speed signal, and the green one here goes here. Show where it goes to. Goes in. The green one here goes into actual. Trying to show you where it goes to. Goes under here. Straight up. This green one here goes underneath the cover. It's hard to see. There's a little, see that little bracket there? There's your knock sensor. The little bracket there. This one goes to it. All right. It's hard to see, but I have to. In the top here, you got your idle valve and all the other stuff here on top, which is very simple to see. All right. Oil pressure sensor is here, and not much at the back here. I'm just showing you quickly just in case someone wants to know what's behind the engine, where the vacuum line go to. This one here, that one there, the vacuum tank goes to that one there, which is this one here, which routes back to that little solenoid there. Purge valve as well, purge solenoid as well, this one here. Alright, thanks for watching and please subscribe.